Hello there everybody, it's me Alexa, and today we're going to be reacting to the ORU KARI MUKILINU song from Charlie. This movie is very high on my watch list, as well as Kumbalanji Nights, and I will be hopefully getting to those very soon and giving some good reviews for them. So, this movie is directed by Martin Prakkat and stars Dulquer Salmaan, who I just saw in the Bangalore Days movie, who played Arjun. It also has Parvathy, Aparna Gopinath, and many others. The music is composed by Gopi Sundar. The lyrics are by Rafiq Ahmed, and the singer for this is Vijay Prakash. Real quick before we jump into my reaction, I want to talk to y'all about our other two channels. We have two other channels, Great White & Co., where we post a whole bunch of news, videos, as well as highlights from our podcast, and as well as some random other like video versions of articles and like first impressions about video games and stuff like that. So go over and check that out if you have any interest in those kind of things. And then we also have GW Gameplay, which features gameplay. Right now I am playing through Harry Potter, Lego Harry Potter, and I just finished year 1 and I'm starting up year 2. So if you want to go over and check that out, I'll be posting 2 videos a week of that, and we'll hopefully have some more gameplays coming up. Alright, back to the reaction. I remember watching the trailer and I thought it was really cool. It was very like abstract and didn't really give too much about the movie, which seems to be a common trend in Malayalam trailers, which I am actually enjoying. I think that it's really interesting, that use of it, because it gives you just a glimpse of the style of the movie instead of telling you a bit about the story, which is just a fascinating choice to make, and it's not one that is too common among like across most industries. So it's cool to see, and it's like a unique thing that I've seen it a few times in other places, like normally like more like experimental style films or like art house films will have it. And so I'm interested to see more Malayalam trailers and their coinciding movies to see how the trailers do at kind of encapsulating the style of the film rather than the story, because it seems like overall that's the trend. There's of course exceptions to that, but like I mean even the Lucifer one was more of like a story driven trailer, but so of course there are exceptions, but it seems like that is a common trend in the industry, so that's pretty cool. Let's just jump right on into this song though. I like the aesthetic of this, the music. Like atmospheric, that's more the word.
ORU KARI MUKILINU ചിറകുകളരുളിയ മിന്നലേ പുതുമഴ മലരുകൾ വിതറിയ കുറുമൊഴി തെന്നലേ.
These are beautiful horses. The editing style of this is really interesting. I love her dress. Oh hey, this is from the trailer. The stairs, or the chairs. Yeah, that shot right there. That's cool. It's a beautiful shot. Ooh. Cool.
ആരോ അവനാരോ കാണും സ്വപ്നം ഒരു കരിമുകിലിനു ചിറകുകളരുളിയ മിന്നലേ പുതുമഴ മലരുകൾ വിതറിയ കുറുമൊഴി തെന്നലേ.
That was cool. One thing that's interesting, I didn't realize, because I read the description, it said Parvathy, but I wasn't sure if it was going to be the same Parvathy from Bangalore Days, because there's, of course, multiple people named Parvathy, I'm sure. But so it's really cool that it is her, because, of course, they are also a couple in Bangalore Days, and now it seems like they're a couple in Charlie, too. And I always think it's fascinating whenever two actors work together really often, and like especially in romantic ones, because they had a really great chemistry in Bangalore Days, so that makes me even more excited to see their chemistry again in Charlie. Alright, before we jump into talking more about the video, I'm going to see if there is an English translation of it, and I'm just going to read through that quickly myself, and yeah, get back to y'all. There was an English translation, I love to see it, but anyways, so I just read through all that, and it definitely makes a lot of sense, and I think a lot of my assumptions about it based on just watching it were definitely right, because I didn't have no idea what they were saying, but you can kind of make vague guesses about some of the lines based on what's showing it like visually. So I was like, obviously he's kind of a mirage in the desert, and they have a few lines where it translates to like disappearing like magic and mesmerized me, watching dreams, like a rain cloud and so stuff like that, where it doesn't specifically say like mirage and desert, but it hints at that, you know, that he's not fully really there. It's just kind of like in her head, like in her mind and dreams. And so I think that was really well visualized, because I got that without knowing the lyrics, and I think that says a lot about the filmmaking and how great that was. I mean, anytime I can understand what's going on in a song without knowing what they're saying at all is very, very impressive, I think. And so big shout out to everyone involved with that. I think that it was visually very stunning. I mean, you had this vast desert. It was a very, very beautiful setting to be at, and so she had in the middle of it, and then him kind of coming in and out, and then we had the birds and the white horses, and the beautiful movement of her dress and the like silk scarf. I don't know, they're like just fabric, the long piece of fabric that matched her dress, that coming off on the side with like the red blocks on them, the effect that creates on the screen. And then I love that shot with the chairs. I keep wanting to say stairs, but it's like a chairs stacked up on each other, and he's right at the top, and I remember that shot from the trailer because I thought it was really beautiful, and I love that it's from a song, because I was a little wondering like, where does this fit into a story? But being a part of a song makes that make a lot of sense, because it is, of course, then more so metaphorical, as most like song moments are. I'm interested to know the exact context in the film this is, like how is she actually in a desert, or is it completely in her mind? Seeing these little bits from the movies always makes me more excited to actually watch them and then be able to like piece them together and see what makes sense. So from seeing this like one video song, I think that it does seem like this is entirely in her head. It's kind of like a dream sequence maybe, like she feels like she's kind of lost in the desert with like nothing around her, but then he is like the mirage, like kind of hopefulness that she needs like to help get through, which is kind of what mirages are whenever you're in the desert. You know, normally if you're like, you know, you're dying of thirst and you see a mirage of like a pond or like pool or something, and you think you can go get water, and then it's not really there, but it's just like kind of your mind playing tricks on you and such. And so it's interesting how they utilize that in a romance song, showing off the different like perspectives of how she feels about him. Even though it was a male voice singing it, it did feel like it was her perspective for the whole thing, so I'm not positive also how that correlates. But yeah, I really like the singer voice. Vijay was his name. I think that he did a spectacular job. I really love the cadence of his voice, and the music was also really beautiful. I loved the little drum breakdown section. I really like drums. I don't know, it's just something I really like in music whenever they have like a really good drum section. And so this song, I really enjoyed how it had that little like drum breakdown moment in the middle of it, and it sounded really cool, and it fit really well with the rest of the song too. So yeah, that was a good moment. Alright, so I think that that's all I have to say though about the ORU KARI MUKILINU song from Charlie. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to hit that like button and subscribe, and I hope that you all are staying safe out there and have an absolutely amazing day. Bye!